course. If you can't think of a word that just says exactly what you wanted to say, try supercalifragilistic, and it just describes today. There's Jane and Michael, slowly getting out of bed. There we are. You see that? Yes. Perfect. That got Jane and Michael up and dressed and breakfasted in record time. Supercalifragilistic, sang Jane and Michael as they marched along the lane. They almost bumped into me when I stopped to speak to Andrew, Miss Lark's little dog. There's little Andrew down the bottom there. Do any of you have little dogs at home? You do, right? Lovely. What did he say? Asked Jane. There's been a change of plans, I said. Come along, please. Don't straggle. I led them at a brisk pace down narrow, twisting streets until I stopped at the door of a small house. My friend Bert opened the door. How is he? I asked. Bert shook his head. I've never seen him as bad as this, he said, and that's the truth. Bert opened the door wide, and Jane, Michael, and I stepped inside. There's our dear friend Bert. In the centre of the room stood a table set for tea. Jane and Michael looked about. They could see no one there. Uncle Albert, you promised not to go floating around again, said I. I was speaking towards the ceiling. Jane and Michael looked up. There in the air sat Uncle Albert, chuckling merrily. I know, my dear, said Uncle Albert, wiping a merry eye. But the moment I start, it's all up with me. To the children he whispered, it's laughing that does it, you know. Jane and Michael were trying hard to be polite, but they couldn't help it. Soon they began to chuckle. Silly Uncle Albert, chuckling merrily on the ceiling. By this time, Bert was rolling about, shaking with laughter. As we watched, he rose into the air, and soon he was bobbing about beside Uncle Albert. Michael's chuckle grew to a laugh, so did Jane's. Soon they were simply filled with laughter. Their feet left the floor, and up they floated till their hands bumped the ceiling. I found a horseshoe today, said Bert, holding his sides. You know what that means. I certainly do, said Uncle Albert. It means that some poor horse is walking around in his stocking feet. At that, all four of them roared so with laughter that they turned somersaults in the air. There we are. Somersaults in the air. Can you believe it? How silly of them. Now then, Jane, Michael, it's time to go, said I firmly below. Oh, please stay, begged Uncle Albert. He waved at the table on the floor. I have a splendid tea waiting for you if you could manage to get the table to. With a rattle and a bump, the table began to jerk. Then up it rose through the air, cups, cakes, teapots, and all. Oh, splendid, thank you, my dear, said Uncle Albert. Next thing I suppose you'll be wanting me to pour, said I with a sigh. And up I floated, neat as you please, without so much as a smile. The others laughed and bobbed about as I poured tea. There we are, our tea party on the ceiling. I'm having such a good day, said Uncle Albert. I wish you could all stay up here with me always. We'll jolly well have to, Michael grinned. There's no way to get down. Well, to be honest, said Uncle Albert, there is a way. Just think of something sad and down you go. But who could think of anything sad? Time to go home, my voice crisp and firm cut sharply through the laughter. And suddenly, at that sad thought, down came Jane and Michael, Uncle Albert and Bert. Bump, 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 and bump on the floor. There they are, bumping down to the floor. Goodbye, said Michael. We'll be back soon. And thank you, said Jane as they stepped outside. We've had a lovely time. Uncle Albert was sobbing as he waved goodbye. It makes me sad to see them leave. Poor Uncle Albert. He always gets so sad when we leave. Back home, Jane and Michael tried to tell their father about their adventure. But I just said, children will be children, and whisked them away to the nursery. Michael and Jane looked at each other knowingly. Anyway, said Jane, kicking off a slipper, it was a supercalifragilistic day. The end. sister? Yes, what's your name? Brian. And nice to meet you. Yes, I'm Miss. Oh, I see it's your first visit. Are you having fun so far? Now, what's your favourite thing you've done? What do you think? Do you have a favourite ride? You do? What's that? Is it here? Oh, at Magic Kingdom perhaps? There's so many to choose from, aren't there? Yes, well there you are. I'm sure you like all of them. There you are. Shall we pose for a photograph right here in front? Yeah, come a little bit closer. There, lovely.